Oops. Did I miss it? Oh my god, I can't. Why do they do it like this? You must be able to save it. Like, or it at least should like auto populate it to the top after you've picked it a million times. I'm like, why is it doing that? All right, that's more like it. So we came close to lowest lows. If you cut out this piece here, sometimes that happens, guys. It's never going to be 100% accurate, you know? That's just how it is, especially with fractals. But these things came pretty close. I would say that on the 26th, probably on the 26th, there's also a high there. You might consider you might consider picking up a little here because, well, maybe I would wait until the 23rd. Maybe pick up a little on the 23rd. But we're gonna like revisit the low from the 23rd, which is probably lower than the 19th. Probably. But we'll revisit it here on the 26th, 27th. That's where I'd make sure to like, if you get a good decline here, that's where I would make sure to like complete a long position before this big move to the upside here at the end of the month. Will CVX have a higher price level tomorrow or any day next week as compared with today? I gotta know for higher price level before the end of the month for CVX. Till April 21st. All right, so CVX overall for April, Magus card. So there's an important type of move here. Like you can make some significant money in April. Let's see. So I got a unicursal for the first week. It looks like for like a long-term play on CVX, you want to wait till the third week of April. I got the Empress card, which is really this is a very auspicious card for growth potential. Like this is like, something is pregnant. It's going to give birth, right? Like so the Empress card is a very often a good buy opportunity for like a longer term play. Man, my tongue is really starting to hurt, guys. So I don't know how much more I'm going to be able to talk before I have to go take care of this. It's like it's a big piece. It's actually I have one implant tooth and the implant broke. So it's like having porcelain, like a piece of broken porcelain in my mouth. Porcelain, if you know, when it's broken, is really sharp. Hi, is XRP fake out today or is it going up tomorrow? So I have this as price level. Oh, that's weak. Hold on. So that was pretty much on point, right? This should be pretty much on point too. In other words, when we get to these dates, the price level should be somewhere within that range. And probably this will be some sort of low over here. All right, so we had a trough there on the 21st. Well, actually, we were a day early. It's more like the 20th, 21st. Or I should say we were a day late. But in any case, there was a trough there, and this should be a lower one. So I have like this high around the 10th, ends up being on the 11th, but you can see this is a very significant trade opportunity. If you opened up a short position here at this peak, this is where you'd want to exit out of it. So that leads me to believe that this is really a much lower price level. So I see another. So it looks like that trough was here on the 20th rather than the 21st, and then we have this right. It made like a U-shaped dip into that trough, and then there's this fast sudden move higher. Um, I think we've probably already seen the big move. It's possible that we see a bit more tomorrow. It is possible. But I would really bank on a low here on the 30th is where what I would be like strategizing around. Can you take a look at Bitcoin? It's moving as per your March reading. A move to the up, going into the 21st, then a retracement on the 22nd. It's already pumping back. Will we see more downside on the 22nd? I'm going to cap the questions here, guys. Wow, we've really nailed that one, huh? So that brought us back to I would consider this a lowest low. It's pretty darn close. That's how you have to be with price levels in tarot. It's not going to be an exact cent. But then we have this low there from the science price level, and then we have this big move back to a peak on the 20th, and then another sharp decline off of it, unicursal. So I think we probably go lower here. So will we see more downside on the 22nd for Bitcoin? So directionally speaking, I think of the prudence card as a very neutral kind of card. So it's difficult to read overall direction because often it's very like sidewaysy back and forth. It like resembles the change card often. But there are a lot of cases as well where it'll be like multiple false bottoms or multiple false tops, like like fake out reversal. So hard to say if there's more downside there, but again, I would bank on a low here around the 26th, 27th. Yes. So I did nothing today, guys. I just hung tight. Basically, I capped off the gains last night at the close. Right, I capped off all of the calls so that I wouldn't take any more profits, but I was basically locking in as much of the gains as I could without taking a loss. And we moved so much to the upside that what I've actually done is created these in the money call spreads. One expires tomorrow. It'll give me another $100. And then the other ones are like actually quite profitable because like you can see I took in 462 on the 517 and it cost me $3.05. So I already took in almost a $200 profit on that. And then if it expires in the money, I get another 100 out of that. So those, I just kind of leaving them that way for now. We'll see. If I sense like a big reversal off of a low, then what I would do is close out of the short positions for a gain and add to the long calls. But as for right now, I'm still banking on a trough tomorrow. I would have liked to have gotten in another put at 424, I think we hit. But I was already pretty heavily invested on the short side, so I chose not to do anything. I'm just hanging tight. I think tomorrow I probably get these 2 day trades back. Oops. So a price target. I would probably look for an entry around the 23rd. I probably look for something as an entry point around here, but again, don't wait for price levels if you're trading with SO meta analysis. My God, don't do it. It might be helpful. Do not make it your exit strategy or your entry strategy. Pay attention to the timing. What is this line here? So probably somewhere around here. It's really, I'm trying to get it. It's like somewhere around here. Probably. But if we were to go lower, then I would say the low here on the 26th, 27th is going to be whatever that price level, that the low that we come to. But I think it's probably going to be the same as right here. If this ends up being the low here on the 23rd, I'd say probably see it again on the 25th, 26th. And then there's a pretty big move. Yeah, there's a pretty big move out of the end of March and into a high in April. And I would say that that high is going to be at least. So it's either April or May. I have like the cusp of April, May somewhere that we should be up here. Will actually be higher than that. So it'll be higher than that. That's the best I could do for you as far as price level. Hey, Kenny. Do I see the S&P go to the highest high in March or keep bullish to the end of April and visit the highest high there? I would really, guys, I would want to be, if I'm playing long term, like I'm looking for to cash out of in an April high. I probably want to be a little bit in both directions at this point because this might have been it. This might have been that the bottom that we were looking for. It was a little high, but there's this big move out of March into April, right? When I look at the March reading, I see highs here. I don't see lows, but when I look at the dailies, there's a bunch of cross reading congruencies for lows. So it's gonna get wild. But overall, I would want to be banking on a high in April that should be higher than what we have here in March. Yeah, see, we've got a lot of cross-reading congruencies here in April, so I think probably there might be some pretty wild behavior. I think next week is what'll happen. Some pretty wild price swings. We're very likely going to see highs there. We might see lows there too because I'm seeing lows in some of the monthlies, just not specifically in the S&P. Overall, though, if I had to choose a direction, I'd probably be bullish at this point. You can see I have stuff to the downside because I'm looking for an exit tomorrow. Around 10 to 11 o'clock, somewhere in there. And then I would basically play volatility this remaining bit of March, but with the idea that we're going to go higher into April. This right here is a very strong cross-reading congruency that like the 8th or the 9th, we probably see the high for the year, at least for quite some time, the high for the year, with a turnaround, a pretty significant turnaround there. And then, I mean, another reason why this is very likely very price swingy is that the overall theme card is the moon card, which is either usually bearish price swings. It's either that or usually a sharp drop, one of the two. Oh man, my tongue. Hopefully I answered that clearly for you, Kenny. Let me know. So the question is Ethereum going up to the cusp of the 21st, 22nd, and 22nd, 23rd per monthly? Oh, what the hell? Like, oh, retrograde, man. Missed that one. Nailed that one, missed that one. Not my best reading, but we do have this unicursal, and you can see there's this sharp drop. So I think we probably have, like, we revisit a crest tomorrow, which could be here. Let's see. Yeah. We should probably see this price level here tomorrow, like 36.49 roughly. But then we go into, I think, probably lows for the month. Especially because I don't have lows here, guys. You want to keep that in mind. This is probably going to be notably lower than where we are right now. 23rd, 24th, and the 25th, 26th. I think this might be, this price level might be it, or it's here. It's like right around here. Yeah, I'll take a look at that XPRT. I'll take a look at that again tonight and get back to you tomorrow, 80s. Hey, AV, so can I go over Apple and NVIDIA the rest of the month? Sure thing. Whoa, that is a drop right there. I think we probably nailed that high. So we should have some rally tomorrow, but I don't think we necessarily come back to that high. We might come close, but I would expect more. I would expect lows for the month here. It might get wild like a lot of the other ones for the week, but this is what makes me think that there may be lows in the S&P possibly as well, because this is one of the readings that shows lows in the last week. So it should be pretty wild stuff, but I would bank on lower price levels for Apple in the last week of March. Man, my tongue. I'm probably gonna have to stop, guys. I gotta go to the dentist ASAP. What the heck? We came close on that one. It ended up being the next day. So I think we might have a high tomorrow. And then there's probably a really big drop over the weekend in Nvidia. I would definitely get into a short position by the end of the day tomorrow. Something like that, probably in that range. And then I would say this looks like a pretty good trade here, guys. It doesn't let me do just like 2 bars. I know what I could do. Oh, sorry. Something like that. Does Tesla have lower prices in April than in March? And then after that, guys, I'm gonna roll. I don't think so. I don't think Tesla has lower price levels in April than it has here in March. And we might come close to the same lows. It's possible. But there's more likely to be a high here in April, May, but there's more likely to be a high in here. Um, I think we probably come back to like roughly here. Looks like we come back to the same lows. Roughly the same lows as what we see here in March, we should see in April. All right, guys, with that said, I'm going to roll. Thank you all so much for watching. As always, make sure to follow that rule of karma. We're counting on you here at Tarot for Traders. I wouldn't, Kenny, I wouldn't wait until the end of April to short the market. I would short the market here on the 8th. April 8th. That's where I would short. Maybe add to it on the 11th. All right, my friends. I'll see you guys tomorrow.